So, this is why going broke was the best decision I ever made. Now, when I was younger, I hated having jobs. I would have a job on an hourly wage and I would hate to go in. I just wouldn't want to do it. Just hated it. So when I was younger, I always felt like I had doubts in myself because I felt like I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, and I just hated it. Just didn't want to do it. But it felt like I was doing wrong by not doing that, you know? And I mean, financially, I wasn't being rewarded for it either. You know, when you don't work, you don't make any money, right? When you're not getting an hourly wage, you don't get any money, right? And I think that's sort of influenced by family members as well. But yeah, it's quite easy to think that by not working on an hourly wage, you're doing the wrong thing, and that's backed up by financial reward when you don't know other ways of making money. So I had loads of jobs, and I guess I started working more once I needed more money to do the things I wanted to do. And then I went to uni. And I guess before uni, I started my own businesses and stuff like that and wanted to do that. And it was starting to go well. And then I went to uni and it sort of went down the drain when freshers came along and I started drinking and all that sort of stuff. And then I sort of fell back into a pit because of drinking and girls and alcohol and all that sort of stuff. A year after that though, I did a full year of that lifestyle. I sort of had enough really and gave up drinking completely and thought, right, I want to make something work. I want to do something online. I want to be the person I know I can be. So I stopped drinking and I started trying to figure out how I can make money online. I think the trap that people fall into is they need a sense of security. With me, I felt that need, for sure. I felt the need that I needed money, financial security. But it's a trap. It's a big trap because I mean, let me put it this way, right? What's the worst case that would happen if you didn't have a job for a little bit? You just get another job. Simple as that. You just would get another job. So when you put it that way, it's like, okay, well, look, I know I can just get another job. And I think this is the mindset that I got into, is like, okay, I know I can get another job. Let me just put my head down and try to make something work. So I tried loads of things, social media, washing windows, cars, painting fences, pressure washing patios, painting houses itself as well. And that worked quite well. That was almost another trap that I almost fell into, of doing that sort of stuff, which is sort of exchanging labor for money, which isn't necessarily the worst business to get into. You can get team members and stuff like that on, but wasn't as scalable as doing things online and selling high ticket. So yeah, it's and I mean, going broke sort of translates into things that I do now. I mean, taking risk. I guess it comes down to taking risk, right? Every next step that I made in my life, a big step, came from taking a risk and really just taking a cut financially. If I wanted to get to the next level financially, I had to take a cut in the short term financially to get the long term gain. And that's sort of been the recurring pattern, taking a risk, taking a cut in finances to get to the next level. And I mean, that happened when That happened when I first started out in business. Taking a cut, risking, I say risking it all. It's the 21st century, right? You can just get another job. There's things you can do that you're not going to end up homeless, really. Realistically, you're not going to end up that bad. There's things you can do to come back from that. Unless you start getting addicted to drugs and that sort of thing. But there's things you can do to come back from it. So you're not at a massive risk. I mean, the risk is minuscule. If you can take the risk, I would take the risk. But you just have to take the risk if you want to get to the next level. That's what I've found. Taking the risk at the start for my security of peace of mind for finances. I had to pay £1,800 for the last quarter of the year in rent, which I didn't have. I had to get a loan and then repay that as quick as possible, and also pay for living expenses as well at uni, while I was trying to run my business full time, while I was trying to do uni. So it was quite a lot of pressure. I've had a lot of pressure for the past few years, and it builds up now more when you've got 30, 40 plus employees. I don't even know a lot of their names. Like the people that work with us, don't even know a lot of their names. But going from that risk to sort of doing the business, making a bit of money, taking a risk on a staff member, taking giving up control to get a staff member on. You have to do that to get to the next level. Then from there, risking your income through hiring a sales rep who will hopefully create income for you, and then spending so much time, investing so much time into them to help them get to your level while you're taking a cut of finance yourself. Then that's getting more people on. That's getting a sales manager who you're putting your faith into to make sure that the team are performing as good as they can be. All these next steps, changing the offer so that it's more scalable to get to higher revenue figures, opening up the markets. It's all risk. It's all risk. I think you just have to just ride with the waves. Just understand that each step in life is it's a step on the ladder to get to where you want to go. May not feel like it at the time, but each step is progress. That's the important thing. I think if you're working towards the thing that you want to achieve, and you're genuinely putting in all of your hard work and effort into that to head towards that goal, then each step that you make, good or bad, is progress to the right direction. Just have to be focused. So, going broke, have to do it. You have to go broke and know that you're under pressure to get to the next stage. That's it.